I'm CSP Jeremy, and this is my Riku deck. This deck is Riku of the Two Reflections. Riku is a really cool general. He copies spells, and he also copies creatures. For the mana base, we have 3 dual lands, the 3 shock lands, the 3 check lands, and the 3 guild gates. Then we have the Vivid lands, Vivid Crag, Vivid Grove, and Vivid Creek. We have the cycling lands. We've got Reflecting Pool and Command Tower. And we've got Vesuva and Thespian Stage for copying purposes. One of the big themes with my Riku deck is copying everything. Alchemist Refuge, which allows us to play spells with Flash. A lot of the creatures in here are wizards with Enter the Battlefield abilities, so some of this works with Riptide Lab. And then we've got 4 islands, 3 forests, and 4 mountains. And then for instance, we've got Crop Rotation, good for tutoring up any land you need. There's also a combo in here that you can do with Training Grounds and Izzet Guildmage to dig up lots of lands. Mystic Tutor for searching up your instance. Manamorphose, which helps with the mana and allows you to draw a card. There's also a combo in here that'll let you make lots of mana and draw lots of cards. Cyclonic Rift, one of the best removal spells in EDH in my opinion. Muddle the Mixture, which is a great counter spell, or a great tutor to get 2-drop spells. Then we've got Reiterate, Reverberate, Fork, and Twin Cast, which are great copy spells. Harrow allows us to dig up our basic lands. Beast Within, which is a really cool card that destroys permanents. Krosan Grip, pretty much a staple enchantment remover. Chaos Warp, great card that will allow us to tuck our generals. We've got Capsize, which is a good spell to remove generals, bounce them back to their hand. And Cackling Counterpart to put tokens on the battlefield. This is great with some of the enchantments you'll see later, and also copying it with Riku. Then sorceries, we've got Regrowth to bring stuff back from the graveyard. We've got Fabricate, which allows us to tutor up artifacts. We've got Guided Passage, which is a pretty decent tutor card. It lets your opponent choose a land, a non-land, and a creature card and put them all into your hand. We've got Invoke the Firemind for draw or for as a kill card. Writer Replication, which is the best copy spell in the game in my opinion. And then Stolen Identity, which is the second best copy spell in my opinion. Then the cool creatures that we've got Spellskite, which is good protection for Riku or any of your other creatures if they try to spot removal it. Phantasmal Image, which is a really cheap clone creature. We've got Snapcaster Mage to get stuff back from the graveyard. Sakura-Tribe Elder, which digs for land, everybody knows what this card does. And this one, Coiling Oracle, also lets us dig up land or draw cards. We've got Izzet Guildmage and Invoke Guildmage, which allow us to copy spells. I have Training Grounds in here to reduce the costs of that, which you'll see in a bit. Ewit, which allows us to get back our cards. Aether Adept, which bounces cards to their hand. Echo Mage, which allows us to copy spells. We've got Solemn Simulacrum, staple EDH card. Clone, which is the staple copy card. Phyrexian Metamorph, another staple copy card. And Body Double, the third staple copy card. We've got Muldrifter to allow us to draw cards. Prophet of Krufix, which allows us to play our creatures as though they had flash, and it also allows us to untap, which lets us do multiple things on everybody else's turns. Got Acidic Slime, which is pretty good spot removal for enchantments and artifacts and lands. Siege Gang, which is really good with Riku and some of the doubling enchantments to make a massive army of goblins. Got Kiki Jiki in his unbroken fashion. We don't play cards that allow him to go infinite in this deck, but he's still fun to play. Precursor Golem, which is very, very fragile, but still fun to play. Playing Retter Replication on it and making thousands of Precursor Golem tokens is always fun. Duplicate, which is one of the best removal creatures in the game. Deadeye Navigator, which allows us to bounce a lot of the end of the battlefield cards and then copy them again with Riku. And Progenitor Mimic, which allows us to copy creatures and get a copy of it every turn. Artifact-wise, we have Sol Ring, Mana Rock, Skull Clamp, good draw. Strionic Resonator, which is awesome with Riku to copy Riku's abilities. Crystal Shard, which is good for bouncing creatures for enter the battlefield abilities and good synergy with Riku. We've got Chrome Lantern, which allows us to manipulate our mana base and make stuff easier to cast. Sculpting Steel is a great copy cards for artifacts. Mizium Transreliquat, which is also a very good copying artifact card. We've got Birthing Pod, which lets us dig our creatures up, and good synergy with Riku, sacking a token to go dig. And then Gilded Lotus, one of the best mana rocks in the game. Then enchantment-wise, we've got Training Grounds for the Izzet Guildmages and also the Echo Mage. We've got Copy Artifact, which is another great copy spell. Copy Enchantment, which works with all these enchantments that you see. Great with doubling season. Leyline of Anticipation, because having flash is amazing. And then we have Parallel Lives to double our creature tokens with Riku. And we also have Doubling Season, which will double our tokens with Riku. And it also doubles the Planeswalkers, which you'll see here in a second. And then Planeswalker-wise, we've got Chandra, who can copy spells. Very good. Xenagos, though I don't really like his ultimate ability, his +1 ability to add mana is really awesome in this deck when you're copying lots of creatures. Got Jace, Architect of Thought, which his mini Factor Fiction is awesome, and also his ultimate ability to steal stuff from everybody's deck. Tamio, who is awesome at tapping permanents or drawing cards, and her ultimate ability. And Garruk, Caller of Beast, which allows us to tutor up creatures with his ultimate ability or cast a green creature if we have one in our hand for free.